Ladies and gentlemen, did you know that in the diverse arenas of psychology, self-improvement is considered an art and its practitioner an artist? Well, yeah. And what's even crazier is that you don't need a degree in this field to upgrade your skills. Rather, you can easily watch this video and extract the pearls of wisdom to step up your game in 2023. Spoiler alert, the tips you'll receive today are attested by a legendary Hollywood actor. And if you dare to follow them, you could become extremely successful in life. So, watch this video at your own risk. Our celebrity enthusiasts, although it seems like yesterday, one of Hollywood's most refined actors, Johnny Depp, started his arduous journey to fame nearly 4 decades ago. From a punk band in 1982 to becoming our heart-throbbing Captain Jack Sparrow, Depp became what a star looks like and left no stone unturned in amazing his fans with his terrific skills and hard work. While most people mistake his constant perseverance and will to step up the game for his inherited traits, not many know the wild secrets behind it. Well, it's a sheer shock how Depp crossed a graveyard of terrible mistakes to finally develop a hacker mindset, master of the art of self-improvement, and make his way to the top. But good for you, because in today's video, we will discuss the 4 ultimate power points that Johnny has religiously practiced and is swearing by, while stepping into the next year to become his higher self. So, let's get started. You see, unlike getting high on his success, Depp kept his personality humble and low-key. He practiced the IKEA effect and accustomed his brain to hacking his habits and turned himself into an undefeatable megamind that he is. But the top question here is, how did he do this? What is Depp's hacker mindset? And how can you activate this mindset to ace the self-improvement game? Well, ladies and gentlemen, here's Depp's principle number 1. According to Johnny Depp, the first place to start if you want to make a positive influence on the world is to start with yourself. And that's why it is critical to accept responsibility for your actions and identify the shortcomings that prevent you from succeeding despite your best efforts. Depp firmly believes that if you stay naive to a growth mindset, it will never happen to you, and for it to develop within you, you should take accountability and take action on it. To understand this principle, let's look at a study from the Journal of Experimental Social Psychology from 2011 to get a better grasp on this. According to the report, the most common reason why individuals don't accept accountability is because they don't believe they are deserving of it, or they don't want to step out of their secure cocoons or bubbles, and as a result, they wallow in self-doubt, which acts as a parasite, preventing them from forming healthier routines and ultimately from taking responsibility for their lives. To escape such a situation, one must surround himself with positivity and an optimistic mindset, which of course will not come out of the blue. So indulge your brain in healthy dopamine consumption and read valuable books like Atomic Habits or Mastery by George Leonard to prepare you for the upcoming, or must we say, rise and shine. But do you really feel taking accountability is enough? What if someone misinterprets it and falls into a worse trap? Well, let's find out in the upcoming segment. Ladies and gentlemen, the extended report from the former study explains Johnny Depp's second principle in detail. That is, Johnny Depp is a well-reputed and award-winning actor, and for an actor to consistently deliver high-quality performances, it is necessary to have the hunger and drive that keeps them awake days and nights. Now, it is important that we know that there are 2 sorts of motivation to see why self-discipline and internal motivation are preferable than external praise. The 2 types of motivation are intrinsic and extrinsic. Motivating events or stimuli from the outside, such as lecture, book, or video like ours, are examples of extrinsic motivation. For a short period of time, it may serve as inspiration, but it will do no good unless the qualities are rooted in the individual's soul in the form of a meaningful goal. This is why self-control and drive are more effective than short bursts of inspiration. Let's now look at the detailed report of that earlier study to see how it all fits together. According to the research published in 2011, we can boost our motivation by visualizing ourselves as having already accomplished our goals. It feels surreal. We see those praises and those awards, but the mistake is that it is not useful at all. And the simplest explanation is that we only see the successful, fruitful plants in our future, which acts as an extrinsic factor, rather than the challenges and effort we could have put in to get there. These delusions are useful when most individuals decide to have a quicker path to success, but their optimism quickly fades as the reality of their situation sets in. And that's why it's so vital to realize that you can't move mountains if you don't have a reason for doing so. This takes us to Johnny's third principle. Our inner kid is the dabbler who is easily diverted from his objective. And Johnny describes this in this, our favorite, Depp way principle. A dabbler, by the way, is someone who doesn't put in constant effort and instead wants instant gratification. If he doesn't achieve this, he'll try something else in the hopes of finding success more quickly. However, this dabbler unwittingly gets caught in a never-ending loop of giving up, switching fields, and giving up again. Now, Depp's advice is on overcoming one's own inner child and becoming a habit hacker. Of course, as we all know, a hacker is someone who takes control of a personal system and modifies its code to suit its needs. Similarly, hacking your existing habits and shaping your brain to your liking when your brain is hijacked provides you with a once-in-a-lifetime chance to rewire and reprogram your brain and accustom it to hard work and dedication. This principle can be achieved through sheer consistency, discipline, and dopamine detox. But then again, you can come up with your original ideas to tame your brain and become a vile hacker of your habits and pursue your passion. Talking out passion, let's move to our power booster point of this video. This principle's concept may sound a bit strange, and unexpectedly, this is why Johnny Depp nearly was fired from Pirates of the Caribbean. But trust us, it is all worth it in the end. Johnny Depp once admitted in an interview that he was so steadfastly and passionately dedicated to his profession that his trivia ideas occasionally irritated the whole Disney staff. As the old adage goes, you never work a day in your life if you love what you do. And Depp clearly felt that way about his career, until destiny forced him to bear the sour fruits of Amber's lies. But then again, our man kept thriving. The point behind this entire explanation is to become so consumed by your life's mission that others see you with the same disdain they reserve for the one crazy person they know who follows his aspirations irrespective of the consequences. Now, ladies and gentlemen, our last attempt to convince you that this principle is an underrated gem involves quoting the IKEA effect. Well, a scientific study proves that when you are 100% invested in your work, you tend to grow an attachment to it, leading to high-quality results. This study, more commonly known as the IKEA effect, involves testing two groups of people. Group number 1 is presented with pre-made furniture, whereas group number 2 is demanded to assemble the pieces independently. On asking what prices they would suggest for the given piece of furniture, group 2 was willing to pay a higher price by 63%. Why? Are these people stupid? Didn't they put in a lot more effort than the other group? Well, of course they did, and that is why they grew attached to it, to the point where its value in their eyes got a lot more than it actually was. Similarly, in real life, when we put in our utmost hard effort and commitment to finish a task, or much rather marry our passion, then the entire process of hard work feels fulfilling to us and we are eager to work harder for it. It's also crucial to recognize that with sufficient focus and intrinsic desire, we can unlock all the codes of self-improvement and become our higher selves. Alas, remember that self-improvement builds us a fortune like nothing else. So check out Jim Care's tips on that in the next video.